Hello, and thank you for viewing Manage Your Time and Reduce Your Workload Part 2, a presentation brought to you by Sloan C. We know how busy you are, so we want to provide you with some strategies and techniques to help you save time and reduce your workload. These tips and strategies come from experienced online teachers who have tested and refined their strategies over the years. We think you will find them extremely practical and valuable. Whether you teach face-to-face, blended, or online courses, good teaching takes time. As face-to-face teachers, most of us already have strategies in place to reduce workload and save time. However, in the online and blended learning environments, many of those strategies don't really work. So it is time for some new strategies. In part 1 of this presentation, I shared some time-saving and workload-reducing strategies that you could use as you are developing and organizing your online course. Now, in part 2, I'll move to tips and strategies to help you save time and reduce your workload while you are actually teaching your online course. There are many things you can do while teaching to reduce your workload and save time. During this part of the presentation, we'll be talking about how you can save time and reduce your workload by having a clear communication plan, using course announcements and a help forum, and through specific discussion facilitation strategies and feedback techniques. Having a clear communication plan and sharing that information with your students is a big time saver. Your communication plan should include which tools you will use to convey what types of information and how you will manage those communications. Email, forums, announcements, instant messaging, and chat are 4 primary communication tools you have in your learning management system. Some of these are useful for group communication, while others are better suited for individual communication. For example, choosing to use a forum to communicate information that will benefit the entire group is more preferable than answering the same question in email from several students. Additionally, some communications benefit more from a synchronous tool, while others benefit more from asynchronous tools. Once you've decided what communication tool you will use in which circumstances, provide that information to your students. You should let them know which tools are appropriate for which types of communication. Additionally, you should tell them about your availability and expected response times for each. You should definitely leverage course announcements as part of your communication plan. Course announcements are a great way to keep students in the loop for what is happening and coming up in class. It is a good idea to provide a weekly announcement that summarizes key concepts for the week and also alerts students to upcoming assignments, informs them about past performance, and addresses frequently asked questions. Weekly announcements can definitely save you time by keeping the group on track and by answering questions relevant to everyone. To really leverage course announcements, you'll need to develop a strategy. Length, timing, and tone of message, as well as format, i.e. text, audio, or video, of the message are important considerations. Keep a record of which announcements get positive results, for example, increased engagement, timelier assignment submissions, and fewer administrative questions, to help you determine your optimal format. Another excellent tool for your communication plan is the help forum. This is a great place to have students ask their questions so your responses can be viewed by everyone. To really leverage the help forum, you should let your students know exactly what types of questions can be asked, who will be responding, and how soon students can expect a response. You should also provide tips on how to effectively ask and answer questions. The types of questions to be addressed in a forum is up to you. Some teachers prefer to have one help forum for all types of questions. Others prefer to have separate help forums for different types of questions. For example, they may have a technical help forum, an assignment help forum, and others. Either works fine, but just be sure to state exactly what type of questions are appropriate for the forum or forums that you're using. Help forums can really save you time if you also enlist the help of everyone to respond to those questions. This is especially true for those technical questions about the learning management system or other tools you're using. Just give everyone some tips on how to respond effectively. Discussions can be fantastic for learning, but facilitating those discussions can take time. However, there are quite a few strategies you can use to facilitate discussions effectively and efficiently. 3 strategies for reducing workload and saving time include using small group discussions, group replies, and audio or video replies. One way to manage discussions is to break students into smaller groups. Let them discuss and have one person from that smaller group post a summary of that group's discussions. You would reply to the summary post instead of replying to each individual student. Another way to save some time is to read through everyone's posts and take notes. Then, craft a reply to the whole group, and in that post, cite various student ideas and respond to those ideas. Each discussion topic, you could highlight different students' ideas so that by the end of the course, you've mentioned every student. Finally, you could opt for audio or video replies. It often takes less time to do a good audio or video response, and as a bonus, it helps increase teaching presence. Of course, there are many strategies for managing discussions, and you can find them with a quick Google search. I encourage you to spend time learning about this since discussions can play such a major role in online courses. Knowing how to manage discussions better will definitely save you time. Assessment and feedback from the instructor are very critical to student success in an online environment. Of course, these things take time. However, it is possible to give some really great feedback in a small amount of time if you keep a few things in mind. First, consider the possibility of group feedback. There are many times when a message to the entire group using announcements, email, discussion posts, or even synchronous chat is useful. You can let everyone know at one time how the group did as a whole on a particular assignment and also point out any problem areas that everyone should focus on. You can also use audio or video for feedback. For example, you could use a screencasting tool to capture yourself marking up an individual paper and then send that recording to the student. Often, this is quicker than trying to type up a bunch of feedback notes, and it is often feedback that is more understandable to the student. Synchronous feedback is another option for either groups or individuals. Using the chat tool or a voice chat tool to communicate with large or small groups or even individuals about specific assignments is quick and easy and gives the students an excellent opportunity to immediately ask for clarification if there is something they don't understand. Finally, rubrics are always excellent time-saving strategies because they often have quite a bit of feedback built right into the descriptive criteria. As with discussion techniques, there are many more feedback strategies you can use that will save you time and reduce your workload. I encourage you to explore this topic further since feedback is a part of any course and having some great strategies will really save you time. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy implementing the time-saving and workload reduction techniques and strategies discussed in this presentation.